Aloha, aloha, Facebook family and friends. Let me know that you're here. I don't know if I can see because I'm using my phone today. I don't know if I'll be able to see in the comments, but drop me an aloha, drop me a hi, drop me a greetings and salutations if you are here live with me. I don't want to share the good stuff until I get more people here. So until I see some people hanging out with me, I'm gonna wait to drop the good stuff. And what I will start saying by saying is that thank you for joining me here live or joining the replay. And I really hope you'll share this because I think this is a big thing to understand, and it's one of the biggest issues that I've seen over the years working with clients. And I think it's really important to start investigating and understanding. So again, if you're here, let me know. In fact, I'm going to do what everyone that's kind of annoying does, and I'm going to I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So let's talk about current events, right? Let's talk about a couple of things. So if you saw my post, my post about moral relativism, I will go over that a little bit and what that means. So, we don't have, as a people, we have been separated from the truth of what morals really are. And we need to begin to come back to the laws of creation to understand what morals really are, what's immoral and what's not immoral. So I would suggest you check out that post, but I want you to understand how this is being used for divisiveness against us, right? So moral relativism is being used against us. And on top of that, we're not understanding what that means. So I'm going to go a little bit into what's moral and immoral. And one of the biggest things to understand, and one of my biggest, I would say, even challenges with spiritual community is theft. So, and theft is really what is immoral to life, because theft is, it's a theft of your life, a theft of your choice, a theft of your sexual consent, theft of your freedom, theft of your property. It is what is truly immoral. In that, that's the definition of what's immoral for all humans. We have to have one definition. We have to have one understanding. We can't have moral ambiguity on this. And that's how we're all getting kind of confused, right? We're getting flip-flopped into polarity so much. And we can see it, like how many people are divided by the left and the right. Lots of people, right? Lots and lots of people. So it's important to start understanding what's really immoral, and then you can know what's really moral. But rights and wrongs, right? Basically, like personal right and wrong is opinion, it's belief, it's what, those are the things that are, that's your own personal boundary, right? That's your personal boundary. But for all humans, we have to have this understanding of what's moral and what's immoral. And so basically, I'm just going to start sharing the stuff that that's important to share for right now about this post. So one of the things I noticed is that if I mentioned anything that has to do, so if I'm going to be talking about the occult more and more, and for varying reasons, but because we need an education, everybody needs a better education on the occult, and you need it. You need it at this time if you don't understand that that's what's playing out in front of you, or how all of these things are being played out, I would say, against humanity through occult symbolisms and gestures and basically actions, right? So that it's like a lot of hidden stuff. So it's important to understand these things. So the one big mistake, I'll say this, and this is really important if you are a parent also. So you remember when you were a child and you saw the boogeyman? Do you remember ever having a moment where you saw something that you couldn't explain as a child? I do. I have lots of those moments. And in lots of those moments, when I saw something that I couldn't explain as a child, that was definitely a ghost, or, definitely something in the unseen, I never told my parents. Not because I was afraid to tell them, but because I knew they didn't know what that was and they couldn't help me through what was, right? What is that? That's my own personal way of being. But here's what happens. When you're a child and you see something that your parents can't explain, what is the thing they tell you? They tell you, it's not there. You are not seeing what you are seeing. It is a form of gaslighting. Now, they do it innocently. This is an innocent thing. So it's an innocent thing when a child sees some kind of ghost or some kind of something that's in the unseen, and then they tell their parents, and their parents say, you didn't see that. Right? So not all parents do this, but a lot of parents do. Well, what is the biggest thing that spiritual teachers tell you? Right? If you don't believe in that entity, that ghost, that dark thing, it can't harm you. Guess what, folks? That's the same gaslighting that you were under with your parents. That is what is going on in spiritual community with spiritual teachers, with energy healers. And it is very detrimental. Very, very detrimental. So we need to start understanding that one. And so this whole world right now is under this gaslighting of what you're seeing is this conspiracy theory, or what you're seeing isn't real. Just because we have another view, just because people some people are, it's easy for them to see the patterns of the occult moving through culture, right? Think about the word cult, culture, occult. They all have cult in there. They all do. So it's very important that we stop doing this to one another. And if you are following a spiritual teacher that says nothing in spirit seeks to harm you, they are lying. They are ignorant to the truth. And they are doing exactly what parents do when children say, I saw a ghost, or I saw a boogeyman, and the parent says, there's nothing there. See, there's nothing there. Meanwhile, the child can see it because they haven't been completely mind controlled yet. Their neurology has not been hacked into the mind control yet, so they see it and they're told they don't see it. So spiritual teachers are doing the same exact thing right now. Same exact thing. They're telling people, someone will say they saw something. I saw whatever they saw. And a spiritual teacher will come out and say, well, don't believe in that stuff and it'll go away. Oh, really? Will it? Will it? What is the world we're living in right now? Does it look like stuff has gone away just mystically because we decided not to believe in it? Really? Okay. So let me explain something. So if I mention Satan, you're going to have all these assumptions that I'm religious. Okay? I'm not religious. I quit religion at 5 years old. 5. When I mention something like that, it's because I see the patterns of influence that are under that type of being playing out in the world. I'm not feeding the dogma. I'm not feeding any of it, but we need to see what's really happening. So again, I'm going to go back because I see more of you joining now. I'm going to go back and say this again. When you were a child and you saw something that your parents didn't see, you saw a ghost, what did your parents do? They're like, see, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Meanwhile, they're gaslighting you, telling you what to believe. Well, meanwhile, you're seeing something. Now we have spiritual teachers doing the same exact thing. Same exact thing. If you don't believe in it, it's not there. So if we all don't believe, right? If we all just decide not to believe in the evil that's playing out in the world, will it go away? Will it? Because if we just choose to ignore something and become, ignorant to it, If you ignore a mosquito, does it go away? No. You have to take action. You actually have to take action. So this is I can't say it more clearly. So if you're following someone, a spiritual teacher, I don't care how famous they are, I don't care how wonderful and uplifting and everything they say is so wonderful, right? Makes you feel so good. If they're telling you nothing in spirit wants to harm you, they are ignorant or ignoring the truth. They are doing the same gaslighting they were indoctrinated into throughout our culture. Just because parents can't see with their own eyes what their child can see does not mean it's not there, and does not mean it is not something that is harmful. So don't make the mistake, and I'm getting really, you can see I'm getting really emphatic. If I talk about Lucifer or Satan or Ahriman, which is another being we need to understand, if I talk about those beings, it's not because I'm giving them my belief or I'm giving them my energy. You know what I'm doing? I'm saying, I see you. You cannot hide from me. I choose not to ignore your presence. If I ignore their presence, that does not make them go away. This is the truth. So this is the truth that you all need to have and you need to understand. And this is part of this, I've come to this understanding, some of this understanding through Rudolf Steiner's work. So if you if you have a kid in a Waldorf school, that school is formed by that body of knowledge. So if you can't see, if your head is bent to the left or the right, and you're hating one of those sides, like you're bent to the right, or this is the left, actually, you're bent to the left and you're hating the right, or you're bent to the right and you're hating the left, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. If you're ignoring what's in front of you, you're part of the problem. If you're gaslighting yourself, you're part of the problem. And I know, like I say this with great love. Just because I'm being emphatic and I have a lot of passion, it does not mean I'm not saying this with love. I'm not trying to shame anyone. I need you to understand what is being perpetrated. Again, this is something that's infiltrated spiritual teachings. This is purposeful infiltration of spiritual teachings to keep everybody off track. And I won't have it anymore. I won't have it. So if you're, again, I'm going to say this. If you're following someone that's saying it's all, we just don't, if we don't believe in it, it'll go, then it's not there. Bullshit. That's absolute BS. That is someone who doesn't understand how tangible spiritual reality is. And then they really can't help you, even with energy healing or spiritual teaching, because they're telling you they don't understand what's going on. So, follow. Go ahead, just keep following those people, but you will get nowhere. You will absolutely get nowhere. I know, because I did it for a while. And then I was like, what's going on? Very important. Very, very important. So I needed to make that connection so you'd all understand, because a lot of people who come into spiritual awakening talk about how they saw things as a child, but their parents told them it wasn't there. Well, guess what? Your spiritual teachers are doing the same exact thing. You're just following what's comfortable for you. You have to face the truth. And if you don't get there, we're all in trouble. I'm saying this, we are all in trouble if more people don't get here to this understanding, and to the understanding of, again, if you're looking over there blaming that one, or you're looking over there blaming that one, you're not here. You're not here. So I'm letting that sink in for a moment. I'll say it again. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to let it sink in really, really deeply. And can you remember the moment your parent told you that what you saw wasn't there? Can you remember that? What that felt like? Can you remember what it felt like to accept their belief over the truth that you saw? You need to tune into that. And I'm very, like I said in the beginning, I'm lucky because everything I saw as a child that was in the unseen, I never reported to my parents. Not because I was afraid. I knew they did not know what it was. Intuitively, as a child, at 3, at 4, at 5. So I've been on this path for a long time, folks. And I've seen a lot. And I've experienced a lot. And I've helped a lot of people. And it's not, if I just continue to blow spiritual smoke up your ass that's not based in reality, it's not helpful to you. Yes, we're all wonderful and we're all special and we have inherent value beyond what you can perceive. And all this crap that's going on the sides is a distraction. Get it through your head. So all that crap in spiritual teachings that's been coming in, it's actually been, I can tell you, it's been purposely implanted into books that you read that are well known, purposely implanted to infect spiritual community and your true connection to spirit. That has really happened. And you really need to share this. You need to share this because I'm here. I'm saying we have an inherent value. We are love beyond love, beyond love, beyond love. We have potential beyond what we're utilizing right now. And one of the reasons we are not utilizing that great potential is because we're all gaslighting ourselves by going, if I don't believe in the negativity, it'll go away. Well, I'm not going to go away and I'm going to keep speaking these truths. You might think I'm being negative, but that means you're mind controlled. That means you're gaslighting yourself now at this point as an adult. And if you don't understand that I'm actually being very emphatic and very penetrating with my tone for a purpose to help people understand what is really going on so that you can begin to organize your energy based on truth, based on love, then you're part of the problem. That is what I'm here for. I'm here for people. I'm here for humanity. I'm here to bring the truth through. And I don't really care. Like, I don't have to keep saying that. I say it a little bit so that you get where I'm coming from. This is my intention. It is my only intention. So again, no more gaslighting yourself. We need people who are awake to the truth and that are connected to their own soul and source in this way through the truth. Not through distraction and not through gaslighting themselves. So if that doesn't make sense to you, right? This has to make sense to you. You have to understand. Like, think about it. You're doing exactly what you've been trained to do. Don't believe what you see. Believe what I see only. And you're doing it to yourselves at this point if you're an adult. So go back to that moment. I would say go back to that memory. Look at that memory. Stretch that memory out. And look at that first memory of what you saw that your parents said that you didn't see. And be present to it. And dissolve the belief your parent indoctrinated you into. Because belief does not make truth. Truth is truth. Belief, you can believe in things all you want. And it's important, right? It's important It's important to understand this. It's important to organize yourself with this. Because again, like I said, you're getting gaslighted by spiritual teachers. Big name ones. Big name ones, for sure. I mean, for my own personal, I don't trust any Hay House author. That's my own personal thing. I might read their stuff, but I have to synthesize it through truth. I have to cut away what's not true. So some of the stuff might work, but it has to be organized through truth. And it has to be organized by, again, to think about it, in the beginning I said we have to define for humanity what's moral and immoral. So if the information is stealing your life force energy, then it's immoral. And you have to figure out how to determine that. So I hope this was helpful to you all. I hope you share this. I really hope you share this, because this is something that more people need to understand. And I hope you can stop gaslighting yourself. And if you need more support, feel free to reach out. Lots of love and aloha.